All right, happy Wednesday. We're going to roll those shoulders up, back and down a couple times. Ball and chair are handy. Good. And then we're going to step out in our plie position. We're going to keep our heels grounded for now. Abs in, hands to your heart. Let's just give the tiniest little plie, or deeper if you want. I'm being extra cautious today. I did something stupid to my knee the other day. So this is the first real test. So you might see a small range of motion, but you are welcome to do as large range of motion as you would like. And then let's roll up on those toes, and same thing, little plie. Again, you can go as high as you want. So just going up and down, keeping those heels elevated right now. And then when you're ready, heels down, they're going to lift up and you're going to come up. Heels down, you're down, everything up, everything down, everything up, and keep that going. You can add some arm movement if you like. Last two. The last one, hold it up. Abs are in, ribs are down. Just up on those toes, holding, holding. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heels down and lift, and lift. So a really wide-legged calf, heel raise, calf work. 3, 2, hold it up. Turn just a little bit, stretch out that either leg. Well, the one in back preferably, and then go the other way. Good. We're going to roll those shoulders as we step touch. We're going to swing those arms. In a moment, we'll take 2 steps to the left. In 4, 3, 2, 2 steps. And be as aggressive as you want to. Bigger steps, lower steps. We'll jump in the middle if you want. All right, stay here. Step touch only, sorry. Press those hands forward, toes forward. Knees up. Arms stay up. And now we're going to pull down to those knees. Up and over and across. Do what my left leg is doing, or the one that you see on screen is left. Good. 4, 3, back to knee lifts. And we're going to just opposite arm, like you're marching, slow motion. Flex through the heel. Good. Last 2. Last one, wide stance. Tap it. And then step touch. 2 steps to your right in 4, 3. Here we go. All right, stay here, step touch only. Arms in front, or excuse me, toes in front, arms match that. And then we press up as we knee lift. Leave those arms up, pull down. So right now you're pointing those toes as you knee lift. And then arms are going to come up and over. Knee is going to cross your body. Good. And then we're going to flex through the heel and go to that march. And just keep that going for me. Three, 2, and 1. All right. We're going to start with a push-up. So you're going to go into that wide stance. Go ahead, bend your knees. Actually, we're not pushing up quite yet. Sorry. Round those shoulders. Squeeze them together. One more time. Round them and squeeze them. And then we're going to come all the way down. Abs are in. We're going to walk it forward. Wide hands, wide legs. Shift your weight so you're over your shoulders. And nice, beautiful push-ups. I'd like to challenge you to hold at the bottom for 2 and 1 before you come up. Hold at the bottom for 2 and 1 and press up. Make sure when you press up, you're not leading with your booty. And then press it back, walk those hands back, take a moment. And then I want you to kind of wiggle waggle your feet a little bit closer. You're gonna walk back out, but this time your hands are staying right underneath your shoulders, not out wide. Shift your weight, and now we have that Pilates push-up, elbows backwards. Nice and strong here. And shift it back, walk it back. Bend those knees, hands on your thighs, extend that tailbone nice and long, tuck it under and extend, and then drop one shoulder in, look over the other. And then let's go the other way. Good, and round it, big deep breath in and exhale. Let's grab that ball, let's grab that chair, please. Sorry. All right, ball between your thighs and then bring those feet into parallel. So you should have a squeeze on the ball, hands on that chair just for balance. Roll up on those toes. You're going to bend your knees and let them travel a little bit forward as your tailbone slides down the imaginary wall. So again, I'm going to do a really tiny range of motion. You can go bigger. Stay at the bottom. Squeeze that ball, hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and come up. Come back down, squeeze that ball, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and up. And just keep that going for me. When you come down to the bottom, you hold that squeeze at the bottom for 4, 3, 2, and 1 before you come back up. Holding at the bottom, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we're working a little bit today with those isometric holds at the challenging place in a range of motion. Good, last few. And last one, let's hold at the bottom. Little pulses, squeeze in, squeeze in, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And relax. Hopefully your quads and your inner thighs got a little love there. We're gonna bring that ball behind your right leg. Your left knee is gonna bend, and again, you're gonna have a little more bend than I do today. You can scoot that chair either close and balance here, or you can scoot it far away for a little extra challenge. Lift that right leg up, try and get your thigh parallel to the ground so you can't see it, and flex the heel and squeeze in. Abs in. Hold it here. Squeeze the ball as hard as you can for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now pulse it 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep that foot flexed. Press it to the sky and press to the sky. Good. Hold it in there, up with the foot flexed. Pull those toes back towards your face. And now squeeze the ball, hamstring curl, and press it up. Squeeze and press. Squeeze and press. Both at the same time, squeezing and lifting, squeezing and pressing. Squeeze and press. Squeeze and press. Hopefully that hamstring and booty are feeling this by now. And then we'll take a little break. We're not done with that leg, but we're going to give it a quick little stretch. So just cross that leg, right leg, I think it was, over the left and stick your booty out. All right, and then that ball is back behind that knee again. Same leg, abs drawn in, and we're going to start with that flare to the side, okay? But then if you want to, you go back into that bent knee position and still do that flare to the side. So again, that way you're working a little harder on that stabilizing hip, but it's up to you. Hold it at the top this time, hold it there, abs in, squeeze the ball, hamstring curl, slowly squeeze and hold, and squeeze and hold, and squeeze and hold on this lovely angle, squeeze and hold, squeeze and hold. Give me a squeeze, hold it, 4, 3, 2, and 1, 8 pulses. Now we put those together, we lift up, we squeeze in, we lift and squeeze, lift and squeeze, lift and T, lift and squeeze. And we'll bring that down. Woo, hopefully you felt those. And then again, we're going to bring that working leg across the other. Bend the standing leg, stick your booty out, roll it under, stick it out, and put the foot down. Then you're going to go back of the room and bring it down. All right, let's head over for the other leg. You can just switch sides. You don't have to move your whole chair. All right, so the ball is behind that left leg this time. And again, you choose if you want that chair far away or a little more extension, and that's fine. Make sure the standing leg is bent. Flex through that heel, and we're just starting with that hamstring curl in and hold. Curl in and hold. Curl in and hold. In and hold. Think about fingertip to tailbone being in a straight line. You don't want to bump in the middle where your shoulders are. 2 more like that. And now hold that hamstring, hold it, squeeze it for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then pulse 8, 3, 2, and 1, and now flip. So that heel, lift at the top, hold for a moment, press up and hold. So you're not bringing the knee way down and way up, just a small range of motion, just that top range of motion, that last little bit, that lovely little bit. Good, leave it at the top. We're going to add that squeeze, lift, squeeze and lift. So hamstring curl as you lift, curl and lift, curl and lift, curl and lift. 2 more times, curl, lift, hold it there, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it down. And then we're going to bring that leg. We're going to take that quick little stretch. So go ahead and bring that leg across the other one. Sit that booty out. All right, and now, once again, you can stay here, right, with that leg, same working leg here, or you can go right back into that extended position, standing leg is bent, and we're flaring to the side and lifting to the side. Head in line with your spine. Make sure your booty's not rounded, it's extended. Good, let's hold that leg up there. Give me a hamstring curl and curl and hold, and curl and hold, curl and hold, curl and hold. Good, 2 more like that. Sorry, I'm reformatting, you guys are good. All right, and now we put those 2 things together. So we lift and squeeze, lift and squeeze, lift and squeeze, lift, squeeze, lift, squeeze. Hold at the top, squeeze, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then pulse 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, bring that down. All right, and then that leg goes across the other standing leg. Booty out, come on long, roll it under, and extend it out again. Leg down, and you reach the opposite direction. Ah, beautiful. All right. So I may have to go grab another chair in a second. We'll see. All right, let's put, start standing right. That was, okay. So we're gonna put the ball under the left toes and out at about, say, 2 o'clock. Bend your right knee and you're just rolling that ball in and out. But it's not about your left leg, sorry, this one. It's about the right knee bending and straightening. And again, might be a small range of motion. Think about making sure the hip is going straight behind you rather than off to the side. When you sit down, you extend, you roll that ball away, you sit back and down. Again, feel in that glute work. If you wanted, you could roll up on your right toes. I'm not going to do that. You could. Good. Stay down this time. I want you to bounce the ball with your toe. But this knee is bent, so we're in that isometric contraction. This is just my way of distracting you from this. You should feel a little bit of quad here, but booty and quad here. 4, 3, 2. Now press down on the ball, push down, hold. 4, no, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Woo. All right, we're going to switch. All right, so now left knee is going to bend. Ball is under the right toes. Again, they're out at about 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, or 2 o'clock, right? And we just roll forward and back. As you bend that left knee, sliding it forward and back. Good. Let's stay down on this one. Isometric contraction here. Bounce your ball with your toes. So again, sitting into this one, maybe you can go a little lower. Good. And then simply press down on that ball. Just push. Feel that quad. Feel this quad and this glute. And bring that up. Grab that ball. And actually, you know what? We need to do a quick little round of upper body, and then we'll come back to lower body. So we're going to do another set of push-ups, but you have the option, if you want, to have this ball elevating you, right? So perhaps what you probably want to do is come down, and then if you want, you can put it underneath your ankles. If that feels too unstable, put it underneath your ankles, but leave your toes on the ground, and then every once in a while, lift them up. Regular push-ups, not Pilates style yet. And we'll take a little break. We are going to do a set of those Pilates push-ups. Again, ball if you want it. It might be a little more challenging for this since your hands will be closer together. So you can decide, maybe start with your toes tucked and then decide if it's going to be safe for you as you lift and lower. Elbows backwards. Body moving up and down as a unit. And then we'll press back. Ooh, walk it back. And then we're gonna, while we're here, grab that ball and put it between your ankles, but above your ankles, sorry, between your shins. Just a little bit of calf work again. Abs drawn in. We're gonna lift up on those toes, stay high in those heels, so Barbie feet. I knew we could connect it somehow. And you're just gonna lower halfway down. So lift and lower, but again, heels aren't coming all the way down. Two more. Good, heels down without sticking your booty out behind you. Lift your toes, lift your toes, lift your toes. So flexing through those feet. 2 more like that. Good, and then we're back to heel raises for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heels down, toe raises, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Toes for 2, or sorry, heels and then toes, and then singles, 1 of each. Do your best to not, yeah, booty back. You will lean back a little bit, obviously. Good. And now just stand here, lift that left leg up, so you still have that ball between your ankles, abs drawn in, squeeze the ball in, feel those adductors holding here. You might feel some abs too, and release. Squeeze and hold, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze and hold. And release, and squeeze and hold. And open and close. And open and close. Open, close. Open, close, squeeze, hold. Really engage that inner thigh. Holding, holding, holding. Abs in, tailbone long. And relax. And we're gonna just emphasize the other leg. So left leg is standing leg. Right leg is gonna lift. And then we're gonna squeeze it in and hold. And open and squeeze and hold. And open and close. And open and close. Keep that foot flexed for a little more engagement of the quads. And open and close. And open and close. Open and close. Good. Open and close and hold, squeezing, squeezing as hard as you can. And relax. All right. Going back to some more upper body. We're going to turn so that chair is facing us. Don't worry about your ball right now. I mean, if you wanted to, you could put it between your quads. Just have some awareness of those inner thighs. We're going to do Pilates push-up on the chair, right? So your hands, palms are facing each other. You shift your weight, you shift your hips, right? So you're in a beautiful long straight line. Bend your elbows backwards and press them straight up. Head in line with your spine, ribs pulled in, booty tucked under. Two more, and then we're going to hold at the bottom. So hold down here, go a quarter of an inch deeper if you can. Hold for 8, 3, and 2, and 1. Ooh, hinge that back. Shake that out. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. All right. So we're going to turn the toes into that Pilates V. Heels really close together. See if you can get them to touch. I know this depends on how big your ball is. And then come up. And then from there, let's pull those heels together. So here's the rule. Heels don't get to come apart. You're going to open your knees and then squeeze and up. Hinge your knees. So again, I'm doing a really tiny range of motion since this is a torque position. But the rule is you got to keep your heels together the whole time. And that will help engage all the way up those inner thighs. So your knees are bending outward like a Charlie Chaplin and then squeezing up and in. Heels are staying raised if you're okay with that. Bending and straightening. Again, I know my range of motion is small, so you might not see much going on. Good, last 2 and last 1. All right. So now we're going to do a set of dips with the chair. You can put the ball in the chair if you want. That'll force you to have to sit in front. And that might give you some awareness of if you're doing just a hip lift. So hands by your sides, shoulders up out of your ears. Toes can climb a little bit in front of you. Think about as you do these dips, your tailbone is going to go up and down, tracing the leg of your chair, not on an angle here. Okay, shoulders up, back and down. Lift those hips out of the chair, but then again, we're just sliding them down and up, nice and close to the chair. The farther away your feet go, the more challenging it'll be, but it'll also be challenging to not keep your hips stacked. So just be aware of that, find the balance there. 2 more, and then we're gonna hold at the bottom, we're gonna hold here. From there, go 1/4 inch lower and hold, come up 1/4 inch, down 1/4 inch, up 1/4 inch. You should be kind of polishing off those triceps, and then come on up. Shake those arms out. Let's bring that right arm down to the right shoulder and give it a nice stretch back. Let the fingers travel to the center of your back and then to the left. And then shake that out. Let's roll that shoulder a couple times. Left arm up and over, tapping your left shoulder, and then we press back. Good. Hand to center. And then hand to the opposite shoulder. Beautiful. Shoulders roll up, back, and down. All right. Let's come on up. We still have more booty work and such, but we're going to head down to the ground. I don't think you're going to need your chair again, so you may scoot it out of the way. And then as you come down to the ground, you're going to put that ball underneath your ankles as you lie down. Hands are down by your sides. Shoulders nice and open, out of your ears, not of your head, yes. All right, flex your toes back towards your face and lift your hips up off the ground. So we're on that unstable environment, but you should feel the rear chain. You might feel hamstrings, glutes, a little low back, and then lower. And you may have to play with this depending on the size of your ball. If you bring it back a little bit, you may be able to lift your hips a little farther if they didn't come off the ground at all. Here we go again, flex the heels, push off that ball, holding here, isometric contraction, and bring it down. Again, lift and hold, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and down, and lift and hold, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and up, hold, and down, lift, and down, and lift. One more time, lift, hold it here, and relax. All right. Bend, let's do your right leg first. Bend your right foot, but don't bring it way back. Keep it kind of out where it was, but enough that you can bend your knee. Drive the heel into the ground and press your toes back towards your face. And then lift up on your left foot. So that right hamstring and glute should be engaged by now. Maybe come up onto the tippy toes of your left foot, and then if you can, that left leg is up in the air. So hamstring on that right side. If you want, you can do the smallest little hamstring curl, keeping the heel digging into the ball, pressing forward and back. And then if you want, lift and lower. And relax. Let's switch it. So the ball is under that left foot. And again, that foot is ahead of us. Right foot helps us as we come up. And then maybe come on your tippy toes, see how it's going to be for you. And then that right leg is up. And then option to roll the ball in and out with that left foot. Option to lift and lower with that left hip. And relax. So that should have been some lovely hamstring work. Let's roll the ball back a little closer now. Both feet back up on the ball this time. And lift those hips up. And you should feel those glutes. See what's going on in those ribs, pull them down. See what's going on and make sure that you're lifting those hips, not having a fold if possible. And then we're going to fold about an inch and lift and lift. As you lift, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. And relax. Woo, just leave your feet on the ball, pivot them open, soles of the feet together. Let your inner thighs get a passive stretch here. Good. All right, and then we're just going to grab that ball, stretch it up over your head for just a quick second. Bring it between your thighs, let your knees rock to the left. Simple little twist here. If you don't need the ball, that's fine. We're going to come back through center, hopefully with the ball, or you can move it if you don't need it. All right. So a minute ago, we had that ball underneath our ankles with our legs stretched out, and we're going to do that again, only this time you only have one foot. So my right leg is on it. Left leg is beside me. I'm going to lift up in a tiny little bridge. I'm going to push down with my right back of my right leg, right? Now, once again, if this is okay with you, say here. If you want more, go up on the tippy toes of the left leg, or even lift that left leg. And I'm just pushing the ball flatter and flatter. I'm pushing down, pushing down, pushing down. So I'm trying to press the ball, press the ball, press the ball. You might see movement in my hips, but that movement's coming from me pressing down against the ball. And relax, and let's move that ball underneath the left calf. And again, we'll lift up, we'll flex through that heel, and see how that feels. We'll push down, come up on your toes if you can, maybe lift that leg up if you can, and just push down. You might not even feel like you're pressing down at all, I mean, coming up and down. It might just be sort of an isometric press down, and relax. All right, and now we'll just take that ball behind both knees and hug those knees in and take a little break side to side. All right, we're gonna get just a little bit of outer hip now. So let's try it with that ball underneath the shin, not the ankle or the foot, but the shin of the bottom leg, and then side lie for me. Straighten your body out in a long straight line, pull your abs in, get that waistline off the ground, lift your top leg, flex through both heels, and at the same time, you're gonna push down on the ball, push down on the ball. So you should feel this in your outer hip. If you are pretty bony, you may feel your greater trochanter. If that's the case, bring that ball a little bit in front of you so that a little more weight goes on your glutes, right? And you're doing that same thing from that position. Just pushing down on the ball as the top leg presses up. It's kind of subtle, I know. And relax. All right, and then we're going to bend the knees. Oops. And we're going to put that ball underneath the bottom leg with the knees bent. And then we're going to do that same thing. We're going to press the legs apart. If you want to do this sort of as like a baby clam, you're welcome to. But I'm pushing down with this leg. I know this leg is opening, that's fine. But it's more about the leg that's pushing against the ball. Two more. And relax. All right. Let's do the other side. So remember, we started with the straight leg. So we're going to roll out and put that bottom leg, shin on the ball, waistline is off the ground, feet are flexed, top hand up on your hip if possible, and you push down as you push up, push down as you push up. Again, if it's too much on your hip bone, you can bring that leg a little in front of you. Sure. All right, and now we'll bend that knee. We'll put that ball underneath the knee. Lift those feet up, right? And then we clam. So let knees press open, even though you might not see my bottom knee moving much. It's pushing into the ball as that top leg opens. Little Pilates V with those feet. And relax. All right, so outer hip should be pretty well engaged. We're gonna bring that ball between your thighs and bring those knees in for just a second until you can bring them out to tabletop. So shins are lifted. If you want to have a little Pilates V in your feet, you're welcome to. All I want you to do right now is pop the ball, squeeze it as hard as you can, feel those abs engaged. As you do that, back of the neck is long, shoulders out of your ears, and then keep that squeeze on the ball, keep those ribs pulled in and that low back where it is. As you move your legs away from you and you're going to hold at the bottom, you're going to squeeze and hold for 4 and 3, not pulsing, just isometric, 2 and 1. We'll bring it back up. So toe touch exercise, it might be a heel tap for you. Lowering those legs away from your body, keeping that low back close to the ground, squeeze and hold 4, 3, 2, and 1, and exhale back up, inhaling. As you move those legs away, holding at the bottom for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and back up. So take this as slowly as you feel like you can so that you can see what's going on in that back, making sure it's staying on the ground, making sure that both sides of the spine are equally touching. Good. One more time, legs away. Come up a 1/4 inch and squeeze, squeeze, pulsing now. And feet down, open up. Again, inner thigh stretch. We have one more version of that toe touch, and this is the challenging one because you're going to have that ball underneath your tailbone, creating that unstable environment, right? So the nice thing is it helps create a pelvic tilt, but it also creates this unstable environment. So test it out, lift your arms up and see if you're still stable on that ball. And then you have options to keep your arms down and try either that double leg toe touch or that single leg. Your legs aren't going to go nearly as far away, or you can bring your arms up if you prefer. Keep those abs engaged, those ribs and hips close together. Pilates V with your feet if you want, knees apart if you want. Again, not a really big range of motion because your hips, depending on if you have a really big ball, your hips are going to be significantly up in the air. And then feet down. Let's bridge up and pull that ball out from under us. And let's move it to our low back. And lean. Actually, you know what? Let's move it all the way up to the sacrum first. We'll make our way down. So sacrum to start with. So it gives you something nice to lean against. We're going to do kind of a roll down with a rotation. So you're already kind of part of the way rolled down. All I want you to do is tuck the ribs to the hips and push against the ball. Inhale. Push against the ball. Inhale. Exhale, press. Inhale. Exhale, press against the ball. Inhale. Push and push. And 3 and 2 and 1. Stay there. And then we rotate. Open and center. And open and center. This ball giving you the support you need so that you're not rounding and crunching down on those vertebrae as you rotate. And let's relax. Let's roll up on the ball for just a second. Sit up on that ball. Legs apart. Long in your spine. Exhale, hinge forward. Legs can be straight or bent. And then eventually, go ahead and bring your hands to center and let your upper body relax into a curved, passive stretch here, ragdoll. Walk the hands back, sit up. We're going to roll forward so the ball's underneath your sacrum again, but then we're going to go a little farther. We're going to bring it under the low back. So underneath your low back, you're going to bring those knees up and in. And you're going to find that place where you feel stable, right? So you may have to move it around just a little bit. And then shoulders up out of your ears, legs in tabletop, back of the neck is long. And we're just going to rotate side to side. My hands are up. You can put them down up to you. If they are up, try not to windshield wiper them. They just stay open. You can add a can at the end if you want, straightening out those legs. You don't have to. Just rotating side to side. A few more of those for me, please. Good. All right, now you're going to roll that ball one more time. This time it's between your shoulder blades. So you have a lift in your ribs. You're going to take your 3 middle fingers of each hand and give yourself some support here. And then open your elbows as wide as they'll go. Depending on where that ball is, how inflated it is, you might be able to touch your elbows to the ground. So we're going to be doing that negative to neutral. If you get vertigo, you're not going to drop your head below. Otherwise, you're going to exhale. You're going to push the ribs into the ball and allow the head to come up as a unit, as if you have a pole from your ribs to your head. So you're not curling and then popping. You're one straight unit. And then if you want to do the up and over, you allow those ribs to pop up, but the same amount your head goes down. So seesaw, and then exhale to come up. And inhale up and over, and exhale to close. Inhale up and over, and exhale close. If you want a little more challenge, you cradle your head by crisscrossing your wrists, interlacing your fingers, and creating a longer lever in your upper body. But make sure that your biceps are cradling your head. Good. And then finally, let's just roll that ball forward one more time. So it's underneath your head just for a second. Nodding your head yes, so that the back of the neck is getting just a passive stretch. Arms out into a T position, palms up towards the sky. All right, and then as we come up, we're gonna do our little plank series. And we're just gonna go for it. You guys have done this with me before. We're gonna go for the balance. If you know the balance doesn't work for you, you can hold the ball between your thighs or between your ankles. Otherwise, bottom ankle goes on it first, top foot comes afterwards. And you bring it up in your side plank. Then you have option, you can lift and arch and roll that ball towards you, or you can drop your hip and roll it away. Or none of the above, you can just hold it. Good, gently come down. All we're gonna do is flip to the other side. So again, that bottom ankle goes on first. You leave yourself enough space for that top foot that comes on. I didn't say, but always push that shoulder back, lift up out of it. Good. And then we come up in that side plank. You can stay there. You can give that hip a little lift as you bring the ball towards you. Or you can dip it a little, or you can just hold it and gently come down. All right, let's bring that ball out in front of us as we roll over onto our abs, please. Feet are long, toes are lengthened out. Ball is right underneath your hands. If you can bring your big toes to touch, that's awesome. If it's more comfortable to have them hip distance apart, that's fine. But notice if they've rolled out, let's at least engage by bringing the heels in line with the foot. Press down on the ball to lift yourself up and roll back and then forward. So you want to make this arch mostly about that space between your shoulder blades, right? Thoracic vertebra more than lumbar. Squeezing those shoulder blades together as you push down on that ball 2 more times. Beautiful. All right. You know what that last one's going to be, and that's the plank on the ball, both feet, forward plank. So it can be maybe under your ankles, maybe under your toes. Press up into it. Be sure you bring those ribs in. Be sure you tuck that tailbone, head in line with your spine. Shoulders are broad, back of the neck is long. You could certainly add a little pike lift if you wanted, rolling that ball towards you and then away. Thighs are lifted, abs are in, back of the neck is long. And then we're relaxing down, and we will press back, let those hips sit back on your heels if that's okay with you. That ball can be there between. And then we're all rolling over onto our spines and bringing that ball behind the right knee. Left foot on the ground, please. Give that knee a hug in and let it rock out to the right as your left leg opens to the left. And then we'll just roll that ball up the calf. Give me a flex and a point and a circle. And then bend that knee again. This time straighten out the left leg, flex to that left heel. Feel how your tailbone tips, and that's fine. Pull your ribs in to engage the abs. Then the elbows, bring that leg closer, but try not to roll the tailbone up. And then we'll go ahead and we'll straighten that leg, point those toes, roll up a little higher, and then flex through the heel and bring that leg a little closer. And then we'll bend that knee right onto the right, and we'll do that big twist. And then finally, ankle across your left thigh. Passive opening. Good. Move that ball. Straighten out that right leg. Just see how that feels. And we'll bend both knees again. Ball behind that left leg. Hug it in. And right leg opens to the right. Left leg to the left. Straighten that leg out. Flex and point. Circle. Good. Bring that knee in as we flex through the right heel and straighten that left leg. That tailbone rolls down. Pull the ribs in and pull the abs in, and then bring that knee in without curling that tailbone if possible. And we'll just roll that ball up, and we'll point and flex and lift and roll it higher. And then as you come down, you're flexing and getting that deeper stretch. And then ball behind that knee, little twist. And then as you come back through center, just cross it over, passive stretch here. And then both feet extend. Take a moment. Your option is to roll over onto one side or roll up. You're just going to mosey your way over onto your hands and knees. You want to take the ball, maybe bring it between your thighs. Awesome, but you don't have to. Good. And we're going to exhale, railing into the calf stretch. And inhale, opening the cow. Exhale, calf. And inhale, cow. And then we're going to straighten out those legs, high plank position. Press back down dog, walk it back. And then come up on your tippy toes and then stretch the opposite heel down. Good. Wider stance, but ball still between your thighs. Bend your knee. Extend your spine, exhale, cat, inhale, cow, all the way up. Thank you.